Hello again, welcome to the Mastercam course. In that lecture, we're gonna talk about how can we create our product. Okay, I just need to turn to Mastercam. We are working on the 2D and X and Y plane. Okay, let's start with this line. Okay, I'm gonna hit the line endpoints options. I'm gonna hit the vertical options, and then I can select my origin and any place on the y-axis, and then I just need to write my length. This is the 50 millimeter. It means that we can write 25, and then this is my axis offset. This is -8. This distance, that line is created right now. Okay. After that, let me focus here. I can hit the line endpoints and the freeform, and then we can select the and first point here and the second point anywhere here, and then length is not important. We just need to focus on the angle. Angle can be right -15. Okay, as you remember that when I am focused here, this is +15 and this is the -15. This is our reference x-axis. This is the zero angle. This is the 50 and -50. Okay, and then I can focus on the line again and create some vertical lines starting from origin, and then we can turn to the divide options with the trim, of course, selection. We can delete that part and that part. Okay, that's okay. Let's focus on this part. Okay, I'm gonna create this one. We can start from here to here to create this line. Actually, we can also create that one. Okay, let's create this line and focus on the line endpoints and vertical line. So we can start from here and anywhere on that position, and then we can write our length as a 40, as a and x-axis position -42. This is -42, this one. Okay, this line is created right now. Okay, after that we can hit the blue one and the freeform, and then we can create any and horizontal line like this. Okay, let's create this one. Okay, this is my radius. I'm gonna create my radius by using the arc-tangent options, and then you're gonna see the different approach here as a method. I just need to select arc 1 point. This is my actually radius, and this is my tangent line, and this is my point. So we're gonna see the different options here. I just need to select this one. After that, I can turn to do trim to entities and trim to entities options and trim to entities. This is the trim as a type selected, and then I just need to hit this one and this one, and then that is created like this. Okay, perfect. Let's turn this line. Okay, we can start from line endpoint and hit here. We can use the freeform. Actually, I just need to select the 62, 42. It means that this is 20 millimeter length. Okay, so after that, actually, let's create this one. Okay, we can create any line like this, and then I can start from here to here. Of course, before that, I need to hit the horizontal line, and then we can calculate this one. This is 124 divided by 2, and then we're gonna get this line. So we can write any length. It's not important according to my technical drawing. And then we can turn to the trim entities, trim and trim to entities options, and then we can create this one. Okay, we don't need this one and this one. We can delete all of them, and then we can select all my chain, and then we can change our color, maybe like this. We can also use the right mouse button to change our line width. Okay, perfect. It's created. Okay, let's remember that we created our product. We can save our file by using the actually educational Mastercam. So we're gonna see that eMaCam extension. Okay, so I'm gonna turn to the actually and tool settings. Sorry, I'm gonna turn to the actually stock setup, and then we're gonna organize our actually stock here. So I can start from here by click here, make from 2 points options, this one. So I can start from here to here, and then we can also activate use margin, and then we can activate some face milling area is a 2 mm. You're gonna see that. Okay, so we can focus on lathe operations. Actually, let's start with the quick rough operations. I'm gonna start with here. Of course, before that, it's also possible to create your and the face toolpath or other stuff, and I'm gonna also mention about and that stuff later. So that's why I'm gonna turn to the and stock properties again, and then make them 0. This is the first operation we should start. Okay, lathe operations, I can turn to the quick and quick rough. So I can start with this line. Okay, sorry, that's not okay. We can select the unselect options here. So we need to turn to partition. This is the partition and the selection method in Mastercam. Partition method, it's also gonna help you to select your chain and step by step. Okay, let me turn here. Oh, almost forgot, we need to create also a chamfer here. Okay, let me create this one as well. I'm gonna cancel it and hit the chamfer button, and then let's create our chamfer. That's okay. I can turn to the lathe and quick rough operations and partition. You can also use the weight options if you want. I'm gonna start from here to here. Okay, this is my chain, and then let me turn to here. This is the roughing process. Actually, magazine tool need to be selected, so I just need to write 2 and 2. This is the tool number, this is the station number, and this is the offset number. Most of the time we're gonna see the same solution, same number here. Okay, after that we need to select our cutting method. It can be constant and spindle speed RPM or constant cutting speed. If you intend to use some roughing process, most of the time you need to prefer to constant actually spindle speed. It means that according to my diameter, actually cutting diameter, my cutting speed gonna change. So we can accept that. Okay, after that I need to write my spindle speed, for example, and the 2400, and then we can turn to here to write our cutting feed rate. This is actually millimeter divided by rev, so this is 0.15. It's okay. And then actually we can activate our coolant. Oops, coolant is active right now. And then let's turn to the quick rough parameters. Okay, so at that point we need to write and the rough step here. This is the 1 millimeter for half of actually my diameter. This is the stock to leave for finishing process on the x-axis, and stock to leave on the stock to leave in the z-axis. Okay, this is the half of my diameter actually, so that's why we can write here 0.1 millimeter for x-axis. So we can also write as a z-axis. Actually, it means that if you would like to and left the same area here, you need to write 0.1 and 0.1 here. But when we consider as a diameter, of course, you need to write and half of them for z-axis. Okay, that's enough. And this is the actually tool compensation type that is the calculated by computer. This is going to be about my radius. When I am double click on my tool like this, you're going to see the tool properties here. This is the corner radius 0.8 and click OK button again. Okay, that is calculated automatically by Mastercam. We can also use the lead in and lead out options. That part is also quite important most of the time. So this is the roughing direction. Actually, you can also see the different approach here. And then we can also see that stock recognition is disabled right now because we just focus on actually my chain is enough. So just click the OK button to see your toolpath. Okay, as you can see that it is calculated like this. We can also hit the simulation mode to see what's going on our toolpath. You can also see the lead in and lead out options. This is the lead out options and this is the lead in options. Okay, when I am turned to parameters, this one, this is the tool number. Okay, let me change that as a 2. Okay, and then when I am turned to here, this is the quick rough parameters, 1 millimeter for x-axis. Okay, and all that parameters is okay for us to see that kind of toolpath. This is actually quick parts. Okay, actually when you turn to actually stock setup, actually we don't need to organize our stock setups. Okay, we can also select and delete options. Okay, just remember that we just focus on our geometry. When I am click here, this is the geometry options. You're gonna see our chain, so we just focus on that part. That's okay. So if you intend to actually extend your diameter, you can also use the different options here. For example, I can turn to the modify length options, and then we can turn to here as a 5 millimeter, and we can also activate the break options and then select this one. After that, we can create extra horizontal line here. For example, I can start from here to here. Okay, sorry, let me start from there, and this is going to be my finish point. Finish point can be same, and then we can write any diameter here like this one, and then we can turn to the trim entities options, trim two entities and break options, and then we can actually trim this one and this one. So after that, of course, we can turn to the geometry and we can use the right mouse button and delete this chain and add new one. So we can start from here, reach that point and that point. Oops, sorry. We need to hit the weight options. Add chain, weight options active, and partition is selected. I can start from here, here, and this one. So red one is weighted for the green one. And then we can activate and recalculate our toolpath, and then we're gonna see that we can change our diameter. It's also possible to handle that stuff by using the stock setup actually. So at that point, you need to turn to parameters and you can activate your use stock in my process. So let me turn here, active the simulation. That's going to be my roughing, quick roughing process actually. So this is the options 1. And when I am turned to parameters, we're going to see that stock recognition right now is not active, so I should copy that toolpath and paste it here, and then I can turn to parameters. Oops, sorry. We can turn to the stock setup here and properties options and make from 2 points, and we can start from here to here and hit the OK button. And then actually this is operation 1. In the operation 1, stock setup is disabled right now. And if you have stock in your Mastercam file, actually you have the different options. You can disable your stock and you can use the use stock in my process. Yes, we're gonna see that this is actually calculated like this, and this one is gonna be like this. Actually, we can also change the geometry here. We can delete this one and add new one, and with the partial and weight options, that's gonna be selected. And then when we turn to parameters options, we can also activate and use stock for outer boundary, and we can also hit that part. That part is selected right now. Yeah, this one is need to be selected right now. We can just use the stock for outer boundary. This is selected right now, and then we can recalculate it. So we're gonna see that we can start from that. Actually, you can also see the sum and roughing process for that area. So of course that's because of the I created and extra toolpath for my process, so that's why we're gonna see that's kind of toolpath here. Okay, let me create a different machine here, and actually we can solve that problem. And as you remember that when I'm click here, this is actually use the stock outer boundary options is selected right now. So and even we selected this one, actually according to this operation, so we're gonna see the only that area is calculated. So that's why I need to turn to the actually machine and lathe and create new one. I just need to copy this part and paste it here. So this is the stock setup. I can delete this one. So at this options, actually we can create that product and that's toolpath. Okay, let me unselect this one. We're gonna focus on this one and stock setup, and I can hit this one to organize my stock setup like this one, and then we can recalculate it. Okay, it is calculated right now. When I am click here, we're gonna see that solution. Okay, let me summarize what I did. So if you intend to create your toolpath like this one, actually you can start from here and here. According to this chain, you don't need to select your actually stock recognition. So that's why I can turn to the stock setup and delete my stock properties. When I am turned to here, we're gonna see that's kind of chain here, starting from here and reaching that point, and then we use the stock setup like this one. Okay, so when I am turned to parameters, I can use stock outer boundary options. When I am select this one, you're gonna see that's kind of toolpath. Okay, because we activate our stock setup. We can also turn to here and adjust stock parameters. We can also select this one, or this one, or this one. Okay, two options we have here. You can select this one, and this one. If you would like to prefer to this one, you can select it and then hit OK button, and then you can recalculate your toolpath. And both of them is possible. You can use the stock setup options to organize this kind of stuff, or you can change your geometry and extend your geometry according to your perspective, and then you can just use it. Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciated your interest. If I am copying that toolpath into this one, actually we already have some roughing process, so that's why we're gonna see the only and semi toolpath here. So that's why I created another machine group to show you what is the difference between the both of them. And thank you very much and take care.